A single slip-up, a fraction of a second off. Suddenly, the predator is the prey. Out here in the Viper's realm, there are no referees, no mercy rules, and definitely no do-overs. Every face-off is a quiet race against paralysis, a countdown measured in pounding heartbeats rather than minutes. You aren't watching a turf war. This is a collision of raw instincts honed by eons of evolution, where the only things that matter are velocity, toxicity, and pinpoint accuracy. Deep in the bush, a notorious viper slides through the undergrowth with arrogant ease. This species specializes in cannibalism, a born killer packing a potent neurotoxic cocktail and reflexes that snap like a whip. But the script flips today. A non-venomous challenger slips out of the gloom. It isn't packing poison or chemical warfare. It's arsenal, brute force, explosive acceleration, and impeccable timing. In the blink of an eye, the gap between them vanishes. No rattling, no hoods flaring up, just a surgical, abrupt ambush. The objective is obvious: control the head. Jaws locked down with bone-crushing pressure, neutralizing the fangs before they can strike. The viper thrashes, coiling wildly on pure reflex. But physics beats instinct every time. The chokehold deepens. Air supply cuts off. The struggle fades, growing feebler by the second. Here is the harsh reality of serpentine warfare. The deadliest poison is useless if you can't land the bite. Raw power is wasted without discipline. As stamina fails, the terror of the undergrowth goes limp, demoted from hunter to meal because of one tactical blunder. The wild doesn't do pity, it only deals in results. Moments later, the winner starts the cleanup, engulfing its opponent head first to ensure the fangs stay buried. It isn't sadistic, it is just survival. In this food chain, the hierarchy changes daily, and your reputation won't save your skin. If that opening ambush rattled you, stick around. It gets worse. Next up, it is Venom against Venom Apex. Predators crashing into each other with nothing but gut instinct to steer them. To see what lethal precision really looks like in the wild, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you do not miss the next chapter of this brutal saga. Our next bout proves that when toxic meets toxic, the room for error drops to zero. Two lethal specialists intersect on open ground where hiding isn't an option and hesitation is a death sentence. Both carry nerve-shredding toxins. Both know the kill spots. This isn't a wrestling match. It is a duel of velocity, aim, and nerves of steel. One snake pulls the trigger first, sinking fangs deep and hanging on just long enough to empty the clip. The reaction is instant. The victim whips around, violently snapping back, but the return fire is flimsy and wide. That single slip seals its fate. The chemical weapon starts its silent invasion of the nervous system, hijacking the electrical signals that drive motion and balance. At first, you barely see it. A lag in movement. A slightly dulled reflex. Then the crash comes fast. Muscles ignore the brain. The body goes on strike. A creature that was a coiled spring moments ago now cannot even lift its chin. This is the nightmare efficiency of neurotoxins. No gaping wounds, no spurting blood, just a quiet total system failure. The aggressor smells the change and chills out. Patience is the game now. It circles, observing, waiting for the last spark of fight to die out. When the time is ripe, it moves in for the kill, pinning the head this time. The result is locked in. The battle does not end with a bang, but with a hush. This skirmish highlights a cruel rule of the bush. In a duel of venomous hunters, the trophy usually goes to whoever draws first and shoots straight. Courage doesn't matter here. Only perfect execution counts. If that toxic showdown had you sweating, the next segment dials the intensity up to 11, with a kingpin that rarely misses. Help us out by hitting like, sharing this clip, and subscribing for more raw wildlife encounters that reveal the true laws of the jungle. A heavy silence descends before the deadliest hits. When a true apex enters the arena, the chaos stops. Movements become calculated. A smaller serpent locks up, feeling the threat before seeing it. The vibe is off. Every gene screams run, but it is already weighing its reaction time against something faster, smarter, and infinitely more seasoned. Out of the gloom, the boss moves with absolute authority. No wasted energy, no blind chasing. Every slide is deliberate, closing the gap while waiting for a single slip-up. The smaller snake finally cracks and runs, snapping into motion, but the exit is a mirage. In a blur, the hunter surges, slicing off the retreat and forcing a fatal angle. The strike is textbook. Fangs tag the skull, pumping a specialized venom that short-circuits muscles on contact. No wrestling match. No dramatic flailing. The victim goes rigid, then limp as the neural connection severs. In seconds, the fight dissolves into stillness. The scary part is the restraint. The predator does not rush to eat. It hovers, watching for a twitch. Only when total paralysis is verified does it move in to swallow the head. This is efficiency refined by millions of years. Zero risk, zero wasted effort. But the crown is never secure. In another savage twist, two heavyweights square off. Both are fast, both are toxic. Both can kill in a heartbeat. The collision is violent. Strikes fly at blinding speeds, bodies weaving and dodging. One bite sinks deeper. One latch holds longer. That microscopic difference determines the survivor. As the poison circulates, the loser fades, coordination unraveling into slush. The victor seizes the moment, locking onto the head and ending the dispute instantly. Even kings bleed when they miss the mark. If that showed you how brains and timing define the apex, stick around. The next chapter pushes the envelope, pitting sheer bulk against lethal chemistry in the grimmest way possible. Drop a like, sub to the channel, and tell us in the comments, in a fight between size and poison, who do you back? Mass breeds arrogance. Venom breeds terror. When a tank meets a sniper, all bets are off. A massive constrictor patrols its turf, banking on crushing tonnage to bully challengers. Few things mess with a giant like this. But one hunter does not see a threat. It sees a buffet. The venomous assassin glides in, silently dancing just outside the reach of those suffocating coils. It respects the brute strength and plays the long game. It feints, testing reflexes, looking for the universal weak spot. The constrictor senses the heat and snaps, first throwing loops of muscle in a frantic bid to crush the smaller rival. For a split second, raw power looks like the winner. Then the tables turn. A perfectly timed fang strike hits the base of the skull. Toxic fluid pumps in, assaulting the nerves before the hug can tighten. The giant squeezes harder on instinct, but its own body betrays it. Coordination fails. Pressure drops. The grip slips just enough. The viper does not squander the gift. It slithers free, resets, and delivers a second surgical bite to double down on the paralysis sweeping through the leviathan. The immovable object is now struggling to twitch. Every attempt to coil is more sluggish than the last. Breath hitches. Control evaporates. This is where tactics beat tonnage. The titan collapses under its own bulk, defeated not by force, but by a chemical reaction. Once motion ceases, the killer slides in calmly to start the swallowing process. The size of the meal is irrelevant now. The winner has already been crowned. The wild teaches a brutal lesson here. Strength without accuracy is brittle. Bulk without a plan is a liability. Out here, the crown belongs to the one who can end the war before the first shot is truly fired. If that fight reshaped your view on power versus poison, do not move. The finale delivers the masterclass in survival, where experience and lethal patience align for one last decisive kill. Hit like, subscribe, and stay locked in for the conclusion. Ultimately, survival isn't for the swiftest or the brawniest, but for the most disciplined. As darkness cloaks the bush, one final hunter moves with zen-like patience. Every inch is measured. Every stop is calculated. It knows that haste digs graves. Waiting guarantees dinner. A rival appears up ahead, wired and jittery, knowing death is close but unable to pinpoint it. That split second of confusion is all it takes. The strike launches from nowhere, a clean surgical bite right where the defenses end. Venom floods the system, shutting down the nerves before panic can trigger a retreat. The body locks up, then fades, caught in the limbo between primal instinct and lethal chemistry. The chaotic thrashing has ceased. There is no desperate duel here, only the grim certainty of a fate already decided. The viper holds its ground, observing with cold patience, until the venom claims the last spark of life. Only then does the feast begin, jaws unhinging to consume the prize headfirst in a slow, rhythmic motion. It isn't violence, it is the art of the kill perfected. Such clashes unveil the unforgiving code of the bush. A single error brings ruin. A moment of doubt is a death sentence. The injection of toxins serves as more than a mere attack. It is a masterstroke of evolution. It ensures that from the moment the fangs pierce skin, the victor has already been crowned. If this glimpse into the brutal reality of the food chain grabbed you, help keep the adventure going. Crush that like button, lock in your subscription for more heart-pounding wildlife sagas, and let us know down below which strike left you breathless. This is the wild, raw, and uncut, where the pursuit of prey continues eternally.